In today's video, I'm going to discuss about how so much obsess on the career growth or the achievements or the success. Sometimes it will soul your soul to in striving the career growth, and this is how reconnect to self, or I can say that this is how I bought it to back. I'm going to give you the 10 points where we can where we can reconnect, realign, and get back to the our personal self for our well-being and mental health as well. So the number one is now in a 24 by 7 hustle culture, they like make money or achieve the corporate ladder, or in short, it is like a kind of materialistic thing. We are so much obsessed of, and feeling of imposter syndrome, and comparing our life and our career with other people's life and career, just by only focusing on the glorious part or the positive manner. But by doing that, adapting that, or unconsciously following the patterns of all these things, sometimes ruining our own career, our own path of success, because in a lot of time we didn't even mean what does the mean what is the meaning of success for me at a personal level. And if you are so much obsessed and focused only work and career growth and achievements and success, and buying the things like that, then it is the right video to watch it, to even if we get lost in our achieving all these things, and the some with the cost of personal well-being and sacrifice, and then this is the good time to come back, recall yourself, and recollect to with yourself. The number first thing is, we have to acknowledge our loss, because sometimes by not expressing the emotions and feeling behind the our approach of how we are leading ourselves in our life or in our work, then it will this suppressed emotion can be sometimes become very ruminating and remorse inside us, and our critical factor is going to believe all these things, and we slowly and steadily we will not getting in the loop of spiral downwards instead of moving forward. Number two is the conducting a life audit, because in the o of and in the rush of, in the harmony of doing or achieving all this materialistic thing, we should sometime forget to where we are actually are, and even because we cannot measure at or the peak of the harmony of the that growth. At that time we should take a life audit, and the best example is the having the exercise, or with, there is a framework coined, there is a life wheel where we have to answer certain question in a reflective and introspective manner, and we can draw a very perfectly very aligned or not aligned with the wheel, where it will showing us to where we are, or whether it is necessary or not, and what is the lost, and what should be the what is the checkpoints that we have to stop and work in reverse manner again. The third thing is create a self reconnection plan. I mean, just forget the smart goals or the smarter goals or the hard or hairy goals or like that. It is, I'm not saying that it is a good thing, but only infatuated with the success and growth. In a one sense it is necessary, but if we are totally obsessed with the same thing, only one thing or one side is of the coin, then it is going to be hurt us a lot in a deeper level, because it will not a healthy place to be in. So writing three non-negotiable to connect to reconnect from ourselves, or the reconnect to the our core soul desire or the outcome what we are thriving for. Write the three non-negotiable. I, for example, in a sleep, I will sleep the 7 hours or the 6 hour, whatever prefer to you. Or sometimes sometimes we are ignoring our sleep, and I will eat without the sugar or the screens or the always on the work mode, and I will walk in the nature weekly or alternative day, that can be the good place to start, because grounding and journaling and reflecting back with in context to what we have gained and what we have lost so far, this will give us the direction and it will give us the territory to go ahead. Number 4 point is the silence the productivity culture, because in today's time all the advices are only obsessing our how to be productive or how to gain or how to do more in a less time or with a less sacrification, and all this productivity trap is catching our attention, and we try to fit in and as the honor of badge or the try to inculcate all those actions what they are providing without even questioning, without even arguing whether it is fit for me or not, just to in order to fit in the society, so that we can get adorable, we get respected, all these things, the basic needs are to be going to be fulfilled, but at the cost of personal soul ruminating things is not the place to be in. So you tossing a to-do list into the trash can, repeat after me. So for example, rest is not a laziness, it is a rebellion. And burnout culture will call you the weak and call it the bluff. So instead of uh, always always on like a 24 by 7 feel all the our attention demanding stuff will lead you is to burnout but not the productivity as well. And relearn your own voice. What does this mean? That asking we should ask ourselves one question, that is what do I want actually, not my boss or not my spouse or not my company or not my family or not my social media follower or the audience like that, and write the answer, even if it's a messy, it is a heartfelt, and it is a very groggy thing to go in, because we always try to hide our pain inside us. Instead of that, we have to express it, and only we are the person who knows in very profound, in a very deeper manner, that what do I want, whether this want is coming from me from inside from your core desire, or it is some kind of people's or the society or the culture is going to take a path on what it is. It should be must be comes on the surface level, and reclaim the lost hobbies in the pursuit of all the materialistics or all the external our striving things. We sometimes we miss our hobbies, because most successful people have deliberately working or the cultivating their own sense of being uh, by playing or the go to the our old self where we are where we are feel where we are without any judgment we are uh, able to do without any spontaneous motivation or the external triggers is something which has come to me. And when it's come to me, for me, I always like to play the outdoor games or the athletic kind of games, and so I try to find myself doing at least once or twice a week, even with our kids also it will going to help, because it will ultimately decluttering our mind, our body and our soul from the always on uh, connected culture, connected basic thing. And number 7 is that to setting the soul boundary or setting the personal boundary. It is not necessarily that we should always set boundaries or drawing the limitations when it comes to people in our next order peoples or the persons, professional or in our work culture, in our business culture. But at least we should take sit and sit rigorously, and we should set a boundary for ourselves. For example, tell other people that I'm offline after specific this time. I cannot able to answer your call or your message like that. And tell your guilt not today. Protect your energy like it's the last battery on the earth. That's how we can set a boundary. And seek a or try to seek a support in terms of having mentor or the having coach, some kind of community where we can ask questions, we can share our thoughts on a same level of people, or the same kind of same like-minded people, because sometimes all these things we cannot share with our family members or the our closest friend even. So sometimes the suppression or the repression of our emotions can be easily healed when we interact with the people who are follower, or who are the not the follower, but who are the who are aligned with our set of values and priority in professional as well as in a personal life. So that is the five things that by applying any one of them, we going to tap into our inner core and what it is meant for us to have to do or not.